What if I told you, as the entertainers and the starving artists, the creatives of the world, that everything is shifting in our favor? Time is money, once said Benjamin Franklin, and I didn't actually know that phrase came from Benjamin Franklin until today when I researched it for this video. Ultimately, we all know that time is money in one sense or another because we set these golden aspirations like retirement or financial freedom, but what do all of these things actually represent? Time. We set a goal of a certain number in our bank account with a certain number of zeros at the end, but really, why do we want that number? Because then we can buy back our time. So does that mean that a minimum wage employee working to pay the bills, that their time is worth any less than the time of a billionaire? I would argue that everyone's time is worth the same, but what differs is who your time is worth something to. You see, the minimum wage employee working at Five Guys at the age of 17 at her first job. Anyway, her time is not worth something to her. It is worth something to her employer, to the CEO of that company, who is making 100 times what she gets paid per hour off of her free labor. Oh, not free, but it felt free. We're not talking about anyone specific here. You pay people with your time every single day of your life. And when I tell you that, the first thing that probably comes to your mind is that you're paying your time to the boss at your job. And yes, that's true, but I would encourage you to also think about the time that you pay to other places, like movies, TV shows, TikToks, and YouTube videos. Every minute that you spend watching something in the media is paying someone else. Every second that your eyes stay on that screen, someone is getting paid for it. And if you don't believe me, YouTube generated $31.5 billion in ad revenue last year in 2023. This ad revenue is what large companies like Ford, Hershey's, Pampers, Michaels, Target, Walmart essentially are willing to pay to YouTube in order to place their ads on YouTube videos. YouTube then keeps a small portion of that revenue and pays the rest out to the creators themselves whose videos the ads are placed on. The same goes for TikTok with its creator fund paying its creators. And I don't even need to explain how you are paying the entertainment industry when you watch a movie on Netflix or at the movie theaters or when you binge watch a TV show. When you watch videos like this on YouTube, you are paying creators like me and creators like you who, if you have the ability to produce anything that can keep someone's eyes on a screen, can monetize that. Because that is the key to YouTube in its entirety: attention. You see, what makes one YouTuber more profitable than the other? Well, you could say that aspects like audience and niche and advertisability all matter, but I would also like to point out the importance of watch time. This is the primary factor that contributes to a creator's RPM, which is essentially how much YouTube is going to pay you per 1,000 views on your channel. And if you think about it logically, YouTube can place an ad about every 5 minutes. And if someone watches an 11-minute video, they're gonna see 2 ads. Whereas if they watch an hour-long video, they're gonna see about 12 ads. So why am I focused so much about the length of the views on YouTube? Because I wanna point out the value of your time. Think about the last time you got sucked into watching something, whether it was a documentary or a series of story time videos on TikTok, or a pottery video, or a dancer, or a singer, or a painter, or a time lapse of the sun setting, or someone writing in calligraphy, or a conspiracy theory video, or a deep dive into a crime that was never solved. And you need to realize that that creator who created that video succeeded in buying your time. So why am I here? Because at a certain point, I decided that I no longer wanted to be the profitee, I wanted to be the profiter. Now, historically, creatives like singers and writers and painters and actors, we've been told that we can't make a living, that our careers are less important. As the entertainers of the world, we would not make as much money. Oh, how the tables have turned. It's time to brainstorm what kind of talents and skills and passions you have that have the ability to keep people entertained. I am a painter, and so I can record a video of myself painting, create a time lapse out of it, and post it on YouTube as a 30-second short. And that is part of how I make money here on YouTube. I am a newly monetized creator, and in the last 3 months, I have already made thousands of dollars in YouTube ad revenue. As of right now, I have 50,000 subscribers. As our world has shifted to value digital media and time and watch time more than ever, these previously deemed worthless skills and passions like being a comedian or a songwriter are suddenly so valuable because nobody wants to sit and watch a video of an investment banker typing all day, but everybody wants to sit and watch a painter paint. Everyone craves authenticity. Everyone is so overworked today that they are just searching for something to watch and escape from the stress of their day-to-day life. They come home from their 9-to-5 job and they turn on the TV or they pull up TikTok and they spend a few hours on there and then they realize that the laundry's piled up. No, I'm just kidding. That's average Tuesday for me. And if you're thinking, I can't do that because I don't have a face to record and I don't have a voice that would be good in a video, let me just remind you that in this year, in 2024, you have all of the tools and resources available to you to make digital content that doesn't include your face or your voice. Half of the motivational videos that I see on my YouTube feed are narrated by AI. If you have the ability to write anything captivating enough to have a robot narrate it, and people will listen to that video, that is money. There are thousands of stock videos available on Canva of anything you could think of. You can type in sunset with a person running on the beach. You can type in artist painting on a canvas. You can create an entire video, never once showing your face on camera. In fact, look at the timestamp on this video. How many minutes have I kept you captivated? Thank you. You just bought my next McDonald's iced coffee because that's my current addiction. And what kept you in this video? Information. Possibly inspiration. Possibly because I look kind of good today. And that is another way that you can hold people's attention is by holding information that they want to acquire. Teach them something. If you are a violinist, create videos teaching people to play the violin. If you are a watercolor painter, create watercolor tutorials. Now, as just one more little piece of inspiration for you, I want to give you a glimpse into my life 2 years ago. I was sitting in this room with this camera and this laptop, and I was watching YouTube videos on how to start a YouTube channel. And at that moment in time, it just felt like such a far away dream that it was too far away to even grasp being a monetized YouTuber. And today, I'm a monetized YouTuber with 50,000 subscribers and I'm making thousands of dollars on YouTube. I didn't think I could do it and I did it, and I'm a normal human being. See, I have a natural double chin and I grew up in Springfield, Oregon. I also grew up very sheltered, and I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob. Anyways, I don't think I would have actually chased this dream with as much passion and resilience as I did unless I had seen my own little brother making a 6-figure living on YouTube 2 years ago, and I was envious and inspired because he is a baby, and if he can make 6 figures on YouTube after I kicked him in the head as a child, so could I. And so I did it because it was so close I could see it. I could see that it was possible and someone I knew was doing it, so I want to be that person for you. You know me. We know each other now, and I did it, and I'm a normal person. My primary goal in making this video, though, is to encourage the artists of the world because I'm an artist myself. I'm so excited about this opportunity for artists to finally earn what we are worth and not have to survive off of selling paintings and setting up booths and sitting outside in the sun for 12 hours at a Saturday market. I want to encourage people who feel like they are that tortured soul, the artist, the poet that was put here on this earth for a purpose of creating something that the world needed to see. You deserve to make a living doing that. You were created as a creative person with the passions and the ideas that you have for a reason. The world needs it. And if that's what you're here on this earth for, you should not have to worry about how to pay a bill. Anyone who says entertainment is not a career, look at Leonardo DiCaprio, okay? No longer do people need to buy your painting or buy a ticket to your comedy show or drop a dollar bill in your guitar case on the street in order to support you. And that's the other important aspect here is not everybody has money to give you to support your dreams, but everybody has time. And everybody's time is worth the same amount. Creating media content of your art form is a way for people who love you to support you in a way that they can afford to support you. It puts the power in the hands of regular people like you and me, because no longer as a painter, in order to become wealthy, do you need to infiltrate the upper class and convince the upper class to buy your paintings for thousands of dollars. We don't need the wealthy to buy our paintings anymore to make a living. In a way, I find that empowering. And I would argue that today, time is a far more powerful currency than it ever has before, than it even was when Benjamin Franklin wrote that quote. So artists, it's time. Gather your paintbrushes. It's time for world domination. And I am so excited for this new era of cross out starving, well-fed artists. Plump, in fact. Artists should be judged by Victorian beauty standards, because to not be a starving artist would mean that you have a lot of food, so we should want to be bigger. Anyway. Okay, bye friends.